All right, if you're a developer, you know these things. You use them every single day. They are the silent workhorses of modern software. But let's be honest, they can also be a major pain in the neck. So let's dive into the world of package managers and really figure out what makes each of them tick.
So first things first, what is a package manager? Well, at its core, it's a tool that saves you from the absolute nightmare of manually downloading and managing all the little bits of code your project depends on. The best way to think about it is like this. It's a librarian for your code. It knows exactly where to find every book or, library you need, and it fetches it instantly so you can get back to the fun part, actually building stuff.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a tour of the digital toolshed. We'll kick things off with the fierce competition over in the JavaScript world. Then we'll check out Python's two main players, cover the heavy hitters in the enterprise space, and we'll wrap up with the tool that, honestly, every developer should probably have.
And there is no better place to start than the most competitive, most crowded ecosystem of them all, JavaScript. For years, this has been a total battleground for speed, efficiency, and just a better developer experience.
This timeline really tells the whole story, doesn't it? Back in 2010, npm shows up and basically builds the entire ecosystem we all live in today. But by 2016, developers were getting super frustrated with its speed and reliability. So Facebook steps in and creates Yarn to fix those exact problems. And then just recently in 2022, Bun bursts onto the scene, promising a completely different level of performance.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. You've got npm, the old, reliable default with the biggest library on the planet. Yarn gives you that extra reliability and a handy offline cache. But look at pnpm and Bun. They're tackling the one thing every developer complains about, the giant node modules folder. pnpm does it in a really clever way by sharing packages across all of your projects to save tons of disk space. Bun, on the other hand, just goes for broke on raw, mind-bending speed.
And, the speed claims are just staggering. Bun says it can install packages 10 to 20 times faster than npm. So how does it do that? Well, because it's not just a package manager. It's an entire JavaScript runtime, a bundler, a test runner, all of it rolled into one seriously fast toolkit. It's the new kid on the block, but a number like that, that's turning a lot of heads. Okay, let's switch gears and head over to the world of Python. Here, things are a little different. It's less of a war and more about just picking the right tool for a very specific job. You've basically got two main choices, one for all your general purpose stuff and another one that's custom built for the powerful world of data science. So here's the deal. Pip is the universal standard for Python. It's perfect for web apps, little scripts, you name it. But, and this is a big but, you have got to use it inside a virtual environment to avoid creating total chaos on your system. Now, conda is the heavyweight champion for data science. Why? Because it doesn't just manage Python packages. It manages your entire environment. It can even install complex non-Python stuff, like the high-performance C libraries that tools like TensorFlow need to do all that heavy number crunching.
Next up, let's talk about the big guns, the stalwarts of the enterprise world and compiled languages. With these tools, the game isn't just about speed. It's about reliability, structure, and making sure that massive, complex projects don't just fall apart. In the Java world, you've got this classic matchup. There's Maven, the battle-tested standard that's been around forever. It enforces a strict structure with its XML files, which is great for big teams, but it can feel a little slow and clunky. And then there's Gradle, the modern alternative. It's way faster because it does incremental builds, meaning it only rebuilds the little pieces of your code that have actually changed. Plus, its configuration is way cleaner, and oh yeah, it's the official build tool for all Android development.
Now, every so often, a tool comes along that people just rave about. One that seems to get everything right. In the world of package managers, a lot of developers will point to Rust's Cargo as that tool. The feeling around it is just incredibly positive. It's often held up as the gold standard for developer experience. So let's see why. And this right here, this is why. Cargo isn't just for dependencies. It's the entire command center for your project. With one simple tool, you build your code, run all your tests, generate your documentation, and run your program. It's all built in with simple, consistent commands. Everything just works right out of the box. It's beautiful. The Go language took a pretty similar integrated approach with Go modules, and its whole philosophy is to be boring in the best way possible, which is a great way of saying it just works and then gets out of your way. It's built right into the standard Go tools, And it handles versioning so elegantly that it basically prevents that nightmare we've all had called dependency hell, where different package versions start fighting each other and your whole project breaks. It's just simplicity by design.
Okay, for any PHP developers out there, you know that Composer was an absolute revolution. It dragged the whole ecosystem into the modern era. If you're using a framework like Laravel or Symfony, Composer it's non-negotiable. Its autoloading feature alone is a total game changer. It automatically loads the code files you need exactly when you need them, so you can stop writing endless include or require statements. It really did bring order to the chaos.
All right, for our last stop, let's talk about a tool that isn't for just one language. It's for your entire machine. It's a system-level package manager that has become a true best friend to developers on macOS and Linux. This is Homebrew, and its power is just how simple it is. With one command, brew install, you can grab a programming language, a database, any command line tool you can think of. You can even install full desktop apps like Visual Studio Code. It's pretty much an essential utility for setting up and maintaining a clean, sane dev environment.
The real magic of Homebrew, though, is how it keeps your system from becoming a mess. Instead of just spraying files all over the place, it installs everything neatly into its own little folder and then uses these things called symbolic links to connect everything up. This is huge because it prevents conflicts with your core system files, and it's exactly why Homebrew is one of the very first things most developers install on a brand new Mac.
So there you have it. From the high-speed battles in the JavaScript world to the disciplined, structured world of the enterprise, the message is pretty clear. There is a specialized tool for pretty much every job. Which, of course, leaves us with the real question, which one is the right fit for your project?